Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor 500 Help.
It's Taylor 500 Help for all your heating, air conditioning, plumbing needs, whatever it is. Taylor 500 Help can help you get it done. They've been in business since 1947. And with temperatures like we've had the last couple of days and humidity, wow, sticky, you need that air conditioning. I know we do. And we thank Taylor Heating and Plumbing for coming in and installing our air conditioning here at the We the People podcast studios. So it's really nice and cool and comfortable inside here, and it can be in your home as well. So they do duct cleaning and air conditioning and heating and plumbing, home energy, comprehensive maintenance plans, and they're hiring. Shocking. If you are experienced in HVAC, they're looking for techs, plumbers, project managers, and office personnel. It's Taylor 500 Help. Precision Lawn and Garden, making sure you have the best lawn and garden of anyone on your street. 195 North Avenue in Webster, open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturday 9 to noon. Precision Lawn and Garden has been providing Rochester and the surrounding areas professional sales, service, and parts since 1969. If you want the big daddy of all lawnmowers, Kimberly and Justin will help you get that done. If you just want a little lawnmower, they can do that too. They have blowers and chainsaws, new models on sale models. So check it out. Precision Lawn and Garden, 195 North Avenue in Webster. And if you want your driveway to look fantastic, Express Sealers. Nothing makes your curb appeal look nicer than a freshly sealed driveway. I want to give a shout out to Hilton and Greece because I hear that those are the two towns that call for Brian and Express Sealers to come do their driveways. So shout out to my West Side peeps. I love that. Call Express Sealers. They're not a fly-by-night company. They will protect your investment. They do a great job sealing your driveway. Call today, 645-2010. Get on the schedule before winter, 645-2010. It's Express Sealers. Please support our advertisers because they support us here at the We the People Podcast Network.
Live from the We the People broadcast studios in sunny 81-degree Irondequoit, New York. She looks happy for now, but like Hurricane Ida, things could change direction in 5 minutes. Here she is.
1 minute.
It's Kimberly Ray.
I'm that kind of bipolar. I'm the happy kind of bipolar. Hello. Happy Monday. How is everyone? It's Kimberly's Revolution. It's a Monday. Just Tom is here. Austin is here. Whoop,
hello.
Whoop. We the People Podcast Studios. Nice and cool in here today. And as always, Austin, where are you? You're right there. Where are you?
Oh, yep,
as always, Austin is right
there. I am.
There he is.
There he is. We want to thank all of the people that are tuning in to Kimberly's Revolution on a Monday. I am fresh off a hangover and the Hootie concert last night at CMAC.
Sure you are.
This is my T-shirt.
You're having a fantastic hair day today,
Oh,
Kimberly.
my hair. I don't even know what's going on with my hair. I've quit. You know what? I'm at the point where I'm just going to give up. You know, what the hell? I gained 19 pounds in a year.
COVID-19.
At the COVID-19. My hair is doing all kinds of wackadoodle things. I don't even know what's going on. But I will tell you, yeah, I'm pissed. I am pissed. I'm
it's
pissed.
Changed.
It is.
The weather has changed.
Happy? Sad. No, first off, we want to give a shout out to Fitz at Rockvox Productions.
Sure
Fitz at Rockvox Productions makes all of this happen. If you want to do a podcast, if you have a company, if you have friends, if you just want to do some PR for whatever you got going on, a book, a play you have coming up, whatever it is, Fitz at Rockvox Productions can get your podcast set up, and they're even making another movie right now. So lots of talent coming out from Rochester. And so we appreciate Fitz. Polish Me Pretty Boutique with Karen says, good afternoon. Polish Me Pretty.
Nice.
I think I need that. I need
Who
some
doesn't?
little hair of the dog. Colleen says, happy Monday, the best part of the day. Colleen, the best part of my day is knowing that you are watching us on the We the People podcast
Bullshit.
network. I'm so happy. I'm just like
Now she's back to happy.
I'm getting a little schoolgirl. No, so yeah, a lot has gone on since we were last here on the Kimberly Revolution podcast. And I will tell you, none of it makes me happy.
We got a full schedule.
I want to thank Biden for his ineptitude and his mismanagement. It caused untold deaths, 169, 170 civilians last count, 13 Marine men and women, service men and women. And it's sickening. It is sickening what happened. Thank you, Biden voters. This is on you. This is all you. You made this happen. There are 13 servicemen and women who would have their lives back right now had Biden not completely foobarred Afghanistan and the Kabul airport. Why he is still a sitting president is beyond me.
Who else are we going to get?
Right? But of course, there was a terrorist attack. They knew it was coming, but they kept those servicemen and women there at the airport and they got blown to pieces. And that's where we are. They knew it was coming. All the while, the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, was on vacation in the Hamptons because he can't be bothered with the fall of Kabul. You know, he can't be bothered. The Secretary of State can't be bothered with any of that. All the Biden administration officials had gone on vacation. And he was staying and vacationing in the Hamptons where his family has had long-time estates. I think there's two estates that belong to the Blinken family.
They've already negotiated. They've already negotiated this completely perfect withdrawal with the Taliban.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Taliban.
Yeah.
Yes, of course they're going to abide by it.
11
no
Marines,
problem.
1 Navy medical corpsman, pronounced corpsman, I know that, and 1 soldier army. Yeah, so 11 Marines, 1 Navy and corpsman and 1 soldier. It is a catastrophe of mega proportions.
Now they call it ISIS-K because they don't want to blame the Taliban, right? Because the Taliban are now our friends.
Sure they are. Sure they are.
So we don't
trust them with your children. Why don't you?
After we've been shooting them for 20 years, hey, now they're our friends. So now we have ISIS-K.
The executions have already started. They already executed a folk singer in Afghanistan.
That's all ISIS-K. That's not the Taliban.
And the interior minister has been executed in Afghanistan. Biden is a POS, and so are his voters. They are. Patty says, "Good afternoon." I saw Patty last night at the Hootie concert. We had a good time. I'm just going to say this about the Hootie concert. It is not Hootie. He goes under Darius Rucker because he's now under. I guess he's country now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he falls underneath, that whole deal. His country band is not nearly as good as the Blowfish. I will say that. But it was a good night for a concert. I always love CMAC because I think it's a great venue. And I enjoy going out there. And we met up with some great friends. And we saw Patty Ann and her friend. So I really had a good time last night.
Well, you never can get better than a Blowfish, Kimberly.
You cannot. So Linda says, hi from Hilton. Joy, who would ever believe this? Who would ever believe?
Nobody.
Any of this. Nobody.
It's a dumpster fire.
Of mega proportions. And here's what I want you to look at this picture. It is two pictures. One's on top of the other. Austin, I think it's the one where the mom is at the casket and then there's Biden checking his watch.
Yeah.
You got somewhere to be?
That's not a good look.
You got somewhere to go? You've got 13 servicemen and women that are dead in caskets in front of you, draped with the American flag. You got somewhere to be?
It's probably just a nervous.
What the fuck is your problem?
It's probably just a nervous habit, but yes, that's a bad look.
I got to go somewhere. I know you're dead, but you're still going to be dead, but I got to get somewhere. That's horrible. Meanwhile, you got the mom. I saw that picture. Can we go to the one that's the bigger blow up of the mom? I can't even with that. And the picture of the young woman holding a baby about a week ago before the initial ISIS attack, right? Whatever they're calling it. Taliban friends, neighbors,
It's not the Taliban.
ISIS K. I'd like to know what happened to you, J, L through Z, whatever
Special
happened.
K.
I don't know. Where's the rest of the alphabet for ISIS? Can we? But there she is kneeling at the casket. And then they showed the picture of one of the young women that were killed, the service woman. And she's holding a baby last week. And the caption said, "I love my job." She had sent that picture to some friends. And she unfortunately is one of the 13 dead. I'm sick to my stomach over something that did not have to be this way. And I am sick to death that Trump is still being blamed for the mismanagement. Yes, he was negotiating the withdrawal. Yes, he wanted to pull the troops out. It's been 20 long years. Under the Bush administration, this started. It continued with the Obama administration, with Biden as the vice president. Ample time to pull the troops out in a way that wasn't going to get people killed, and they didn't do it. Still today, there are 5,600 to 10,600 individuals that still need to be pulled out of Afghanistan. But they're saying, the State Department, well, we got everyone out. Tomorrow's the deadline. Tomorrow's the deadline before the mass executions start, and they've already started.
Good luck.
But but you have the State Department, the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, says, "Oh no, the Taliban knows that there'll be repercussions.
They're in the League of Nations now.
The Taliban knows that they don't give a rat's ass about America or anything else.
Death to America.
They've been well provided for in terms of gear and guns, and we'll get into that in a second. Yeah,
maybe we shouldn't have closed the air base.
But
we shouldn't have given them all the equipment that they had.
You think we should have just left it all?
Right, yeah. No.
You can't blame Trump for leaving all the equipment there, closing Bagram Air Force Base and getting out and pulling the troops out before you pull out the Americans. You can't blame Trump for that. Yes, he was negotiating with the Taliban. This is true. That is a true statement. He wanted to get everyone out of Afghanistan. It's been going on too long. I think if you ask any American, we can all agree 20 years is too long to be trying to get a country to stand up for itself. All right. If you can't do it in 5 years, you're never going to do it. Right. 20 years.
Is that your philosophy on war, Kimberlina?
If you can't get it done in 5 years, then screw it. Right. No, seriously.
All right. That makes sense.
But I will say this. You cannot blame Trump for this FUBARD situation that we have on our hands now.
They will.
It is out of control. And there are lives that are being lost that didn't have to be lost. And so after the Kabul airport was attacked by a suicide bomber that killed 13 of our service men and women, Biden came out and did a news conference. And I don't know what was going on with the guy.
Neither does he.
He looked medicated. He looked like he didn't know if he was coming or going. I was watching that and I'm like, what is going on with him? I even tweeted, what the hell is wrong with the president of the United States? It's a horrible, weak look that he portrayed in that press conference. And by the way, so I've got some questions, and I'm supposed to pick this reporter first.
Yeah, who says that?
Okay, can we hear that?
Ladies and gentlemen, they gave me a list here. The first person I was instructed to call on was Kelly O'Donnell of NBC.
Look at his face.
His tie's not even straight.
What the hell is going on with this guy? Is he heavily medicated? Did they just roll him out of the nursing home and prop him up there? Look at that look on his face. Can you play that again, Austin?
NBC.
Look. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, they gave me a list here. The first person I was instructed to call on was Kelly O'Donnell of NBC.
We're in trouble. We're in serious serious trouble
Why
as
can't
a
they just-
nation under that leadership right there. We know that he's a puppet. We know that the
Yes.
president of the United States is someone that we don't know. It's certainly not that man right there.
No.
That man right there that you just saw is not calling the shots.
No.
That man doesn't know his own name and is eating baby food for dinner.
Yeah, we don't even know if he can wipe his
shit
own
you
ass.
not. Oh, I do.
Can he wipe his own ass?
He portrays this great nation as weak
Yeah.
and fragile, and it's a bad look.
Wouldn't a great
From-
Saturday Night Live skit be just have like a cardboard cutout
Did
of
they
him?
even do? I don't even know if
And then have like a microphone where somebody's standing behind him, like the Wizard of Oz.
They were
and there's just
so-
a cardboard cutout.
I know,
And
right?
somebody asks him a question.
The great wizard is calling all the shots from behind
Right.
the emerald curtain, right?
Right.
Exactly. Who's instructing the president? Because that's the president.
He's a cardboard cutout.
That man is not making any decisions
No.
on his own.
And if he does, it's
That-
worse than we thought.
That we know.
Right.
That we know. We are living in the twilight zone. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
it seem like what is happening? All of a sudden, I'm like, what's his face on Home Alone? You know, that look.
Could you imagine
That look.
General Milley standing there when he says something and General Milley looks at him and says, "Sir, are you sure that's what you want to do, sir?" "Oh yeah, we got to do that." Okay, you sure now?
So
Shouldn't we have a meeting?
we had that conversation with Biden.
Oh yeah.
Here is the other one when he's answering questions about Hurricane Ida, which came in like a monster, like a
Yeah.
fiend into Louisiana yesterday. He's taking questions. He's having a press conference about what's going to be done with Louisiana and
Jill?
the devastation.
Jill, where are you, Jill? Hello.
Can we see that audio?
So thank you very much, and thank you, Commissioner. I really think it all works. I'm not supposed to take any questions, but go ahead.
Mr. President, on Afghanistan,
I'm not going to answer Afghanistan now.
can you say if there's still an
Okay.
acute risk?
What's he doing? He's turning his back on the, oh my goodness. And they clap. Who claps for that nonsense? And word is that 38% of Americans approve of President Biden and how he's handled Afghanistan.
What are they looking at?
What's going on with that 38%? And are they also mentally incapacitated? Because that is what's going on with President Biden. He is thoroughly and completely mentally incapacitated at this moment. He is not making decisions. He is not calling the shots. Who is calling the shots?
Somebody that we didn't elect.
Someone that we didn't elect. That's
Correct.
scary, people. We're being ruled by we don't know who. But it's not that man.
No.
He has no idea how many people, how many Americans are still in Afghanistan. And by the way, neither does Saki or whatever her name is.
I like me some sake.
You like Saki?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You're talking about Jen.
Jen
the ginger. The ginger
the
sake.
ginger. Yeah. So that, and thanks to President Trump and the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, who couldn't be bothered with life. So he was out in the Hamptons vacationing.
Yeah, it's all ISIS K now.
Before we move on to the $85 billion worth of equipment that we left for ISIS and the Taliban, I want you to look at this editorial cartoon.
Mhm. Well, they needed the $85 billion worth of equipment to start their country. They promised
Yeah.
they wouldn't use it,
Yeah.
at least for a certain amount of time. They're
I wanna-
not allowed to use it, Kimberly.
I want to get to that in just a second. I want to pull up the picture of the servicemen and women in the caskets with the American flag draped over it. And I want to show you this editorial that was written up that a thug gets a golden casket, streets and parks
Oh.
named after him, statues
You're making me
unveiled,
sick.
murals painted across America, riots worth $2 billion, family is $2 million richer. So what do our fallen heroes get?
They get a that-a-boy.
They get a president checking his watch. They get that.
Mm-hmm.
That is what our fallen heroes get. Because Biden pulled out the military, they had to send back in the Marines and the Navy and the Army to fix the situation in the airport. And now 13 of them are dead. Do they get golden caskets? Do they get streets named after them? Is anyone chanting, say their name, say their name? No one's chanting that. No one is getting a golden casket. They've got a mother on her knees in front of that casket who will never be the same. Families ripped apart. But thugs across America are getting protests and money given to them. It's sick. Something is sick and twisted. And by the way, thugs that their families didn't want, a la Daniel Prude, whose family shipped him from Chicago out here and said, Rochester family, take care of him. Rochester family says, we don't want him. That's why he was out on the street twice. Now they're going to get paid. Someone's going to get paid. Are the families of those fallen men and women going to get? They don't want to get paid. They just want their sons and daughters back that they will never see again. People that were contributing members of society. The person in that casket was fighting for their country, a contributing member of society who will be buried in a cemetery, possibly a veteran cemetery, will get a wreath every Christmas or whenever, but certainly won't have a street named after him, and certainly will not have a gold casket, and the family isn't going to get paid billions of dollars. I guess we're just not living right. We should be out victimizing people and doing drugs and running down streets naked and getting arrested multiple times by police and basically trying to pass counterfeit bills at a deli. We should all be doing that, right? Because that's the way to live to get paid. Not going out and fighting for this country. That's not going to get you paid, right?
You speak the truth.
How fucked up are we in this country that this is where we are? Does anybody get this at all?
Nobody.
Nobody is saying, say their name. No one. When that police officer in Chicago, 26 years old, leaves a 2-month-old baby, no one is saying, say her name. No one. I don't know how we got from here to there or how we're ever going to get back when we have a president that checks his watch during a ceremony as those men and women are coming off of the plane to bring them home to American soil. It is plain as you can't. That's not been, messed with. That picture hasn't been edited. It hasn't been photoshopped. There's actual video of him raising his arm to check his time.
It would have been even funnier if he didn't have a watch on his arm. Maybe they'll get rid of his watch next.
Sick.
What have I got here?
He's sick.
No, he's incompetent.
The whole thing is disgusting. And
The last time he botched his pullout, we ended up with Hunter.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry about this.
Right. No, there's no way to spin this in a light. This is a disaster.
Of course it is. It is horrendous.
It's a total disaster.
So
the guy's incompetent.
And by the way,
people died because of it.
People that should still be here.
Yeah, no question.
Not Trump's problem. This is not Trump's mismanagement. I don't, and I've seen so many people say, oh, this is you Trumpster. No. No, Trump was out of office in November. In June and July, they were closing down the Air Force Base, Bagram Air Force Base, and calling out all the military. That wasn't Trump. That was Biden or whomever.
The State Department.
It wasn't Biden because
they negotiated a deal with the Taliban. They weren't going to do anything.
We saw the look on that man's face. Can we play that video again of him saying that he was told to pick on Kelly O'Donnell first? A man with that look on his face is not making decisions.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, they gave me a list here. The first person I was instructed to call on was Kelly O'Donnell of NBC.
No, look at his eyes. They need to adjust his medication again. He looked out of it. Normally his tie, he was, I don't know.
It's disheveled.
Yeah. I mean, look
Yeah,
at
the
him.
tie is crooked.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
And then he even wore the blue suit, which is his good one.
So, so
That is blue, right?
the Taliban are now well. I mean, they are well
They're
provided
part
for.
of the League of Nations.
They're well provided for. Some of the Taliban and ISIS members have been seen in complete combat gear in social media posts. They can't be distinguished from any other special forces on the ground. They have our equipment and our gear. They look like anyone else that might be on our side.
Yeah.
That's a tactical problem, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That is a serious problem. There was no characteristic long beard. They didn't have that traditional outfit. They didn't have any rusted out weapons or one of those old pickup trucks, so the old Toyota, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like a Ford Ranger pickup truck. No, they look like they're dressed. They've got the boots. They traditionally don't wear helmets. They have confiscated all the helmets that were left behind. $85 billion, helicopters, high-tech radios, armored vehicles that was all left behind when President Biden and the State Department pulled out the military in June and July. Look at all that equipment. It shows it right there. $85 billion of lost equipment that is now in the hands of the enemy.
Well,
right?
I was reading an article where they have every one of these, except obviously the rifles, but every one of these vehicles has GPS on them. They could literally blow them up at any time they want to, but they won't because it was agreed that we were going to give it to them. They probably disabled all that tracking equipment as they left it there.
Before we go any further, I want to make sure that we love our sponsors, Fantuzzo's Acupuncture.
Sure do.
Fantuzzo's Acupuncture. If you are feeling a little out of it, maybe you have vertigo, maybe you're having fertility issues, Fantuzzo's Acupuncture. There's a lot to be said for holistic medicine, right? And they provide that at Fantuzzo's Acupuncture. Make sure you stop by. Also, Precision Lawn and Garden in Webster, making sure that you have the best lawn. Snow blowers, it's coming. I know. I mean, we're in the last week of summer, really official week of summer.
Closing the pool up.
So you know that winter is next month,
Right.
right? So Precision Lawn and Garden, and of course Express Sealers will come to your driveway. We love Express Sealers and Taylor Heating and Plumbing. They are the best, and we appreciate them. And we hope that you go see them because they support us. So we need you to support them. It is my understanding.
Well, hang on, Kimberlina. One more thing. Next month, you mentioned next month.
Yeah.
What's the news we have for next month?
Oh, a little programming
We
note.
have a little programming note.
Yeah, do tell.
September 24th.
September
A
24th.
special day to my mother because that's the day her little baby boy was born.
Oh boy.
Right?
Oh boy.
September 24th.
Yeah.
We are having a celebration, Kimberly's Revolution celebration right here at the We the People podcast studios at 5 to 8. However, 4 to 5, Kimberlina is going to do a special show.
Friday show.
An anniversary Friday show from 4 to 5.
Right.
And we are going to have a party.
Yes. So we'll be doing the Kimberly's Revolution podcast on that Friday, September 24th from 4 to 5. And then from 5 to 8, having a little cookout, having some drinks. Would love for you to come out and celebrate with us.
All are welcome.
Here at Revere Realty at the We the People podcast studios. We would appreciate it's free.
I got the party tent today.
You did?
Yeah, oh yeah.
We have a party tent?
We're not messing around.
It's official.
Everybody's
It's
gonna get
happening.
it. Everybody's gonna get a weenie, and
Oh, wow.
everybody's gonna get a weenie and a bag of chips,
Lucky us.
and we'll see where it goes.
You got a party tent. It's all happening.
It's all
It's
happening.
all happening. I remember on the 24th, of 2020, September 24th of 2020. I never really thought I would ever be doing a podcast, but
Neither did I.
but here we are a year later.
I don't know
still
if I
doing
am
a
here.
podcast.
Am I here?
Mass,
Tom, are you here?
Ron, seriously, our mask optional. You silly
You can
boy.
do whatever you want, Ron.
You know, it's a free country last time I checked, and you can wear a mask or you don't have to wear a mask. I don't really care. Whatever you got going on. So do you know Lynn?
I do. She's my sister-in-law.
Okay. So Stacy Marie says, "Hey, you're killing it. Thank you very much." The noticeable difference between the Taliban and our guys is that we don't boink goats. Well,
Allegedly.
I don't know about that. You know, you get down south, some crazy things could happen.
Yeah, we might be boinking some goats here.
It looks there. So there was a report that they did have equipment that the Taliban and ISIS has obtained a biometric collection and identification devices, which help them identify the Afghans who worked for coalition forces, many of whom are still trapped in the country, along with Americans that are not all out. So don't let them tell you any different. That is not true. There are retired Navy SEALs optioning planes and taking them over to try to do what our president and the State Department will not do. There are people, American citizens, who've been going to the airport that are being turned away. They are not being helped.
Yeah, they're waiting in line.
5,600 to 10,600.
They don't get
still
the
there.
VIP front of the line treatment.
They don't.
No.
So they have this biometric collection and identification devices that are helping them identify the Afghans who worked for the coalition forces, many who are trapped in the country, who are going to be hunted down and executed in the middle of the street. Because we left this stuff behind, now it is going to be used against us.
It's going to make some great movies coming up in the next 5 years.
The Taliban has the access to $85 billion worth of military equipment. You're talking about what kind of equipment? Are we talking about guns? No, we're talking about fixed wing aircraft and tactical helicopters. We're talking about thousands of weapons and thousands of armored vehicles. We're talking about sandals or whatever they're wearing on their feet, now replaced with combat boots and camouflage uniforms. And those decade-old Russian Kalashnikov rifles, they're out. I mean, they've got good stuff. They've got grenade launchers that are state-of-the-art grenade launchers.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that stuff we left behind is now going to be used against us.
Can I make a stupid suggestion?
Sure.
Why didn't we just take the keys with us? Do these things have keys in
To
them?
the helicopters.
Do they have keys in the helicopter?
They have Black Hawk helicopters.
You don't need an eye retina scan or a thumbprint. You don't need anything to turn on a Black Hawk helicopter.
I have
you
no
just
idea.
turn the key and it starts.
You turn it on. Yeah.
Like a 1982 Pinto.
Yep. So a video recently posted on social media because, the Taliban is on Twitter.
Right. Trump isn't.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
The Taliban is on Twitter, and a guy who was trying to shoot down claims about COVID, he's off Twitter.
Right.
He's off. He's been kicked off. I forget the guy's name. I know that Shannon Joy was having a cow over it the other day, and I don't blame her. I also, listen, that guy was kicked off, and the Taliban is on, and I can't believe that Twitter they are the epitome
The cesspool of the world.
of un-American assholes. The Twitter and the people who run Twitter are un-American assholes. From the top rung, Mr. Jack Dorsey, all the way to the people that work under him. You're all American, un-American assholes at Twitter. When
There you
you
go.
allow the Taliban to be on Twitter and American citizens, including the president, the former president, who is banned, something is wrong. But
Everything is wrong.
a video posted on social media showed Taliban fighters and ISIS looking as they were starting up a Black Hawk helicopter. and they were piloting it across the Kandahar airport.
Did they have to get out and jumpstart it? Push it?
I don't think so.
No.
You have Taliban fighters in a Black Hawk helicopter that we left behind.
How do they know how to? I mean, just think about it. You get in a Black Hawk helicopter. I can barely, figure out how to pair my phone in my car. How the hell are you going to start a Black Hawk helicopter and fly it? Who trained these people? Right? Think about it.
Yeah.
Who trained him?
I know. Exactly.
Does he pair his phone first when he gets in the Black Hawk helicopter?
I don't know. But instead of those old Russian rifles, the Taliban are now carrying U.S. Green Beret issue M4 carbines with telescoping stocks.
Okay, yeah. Great.
This isn't pretty.
No.
$85 billion worth of equipment. Can we put that up there one more time?
Did Chevy Chase negotiate that deal?
Oh, my God.
What was that? Fletch.
Fletch, right?
I'm going to go home and watch Fletch tonight.
Look at that. 16,000 night vision goggles were left behind, along with body armor and biometric devices, including eye scans. 600,000 small arms and assault rifles, including the M4 rifles that I mentioned before. 75,000 vehicles, including 20,000 Humvees and 40,000 light tactical vehicles. I'm not making this up, people. It's right there. Right there in black and white.
It was on the internet. It has to be true, Kimberly.
It was in a report from the New York Times.
That means it has to be true, too.
It was in a report from the New York Times. That right there. We left behind radios and body armor and weapons.
They still use radios?
Yeah, they do. I don't know. I don't know how good they are. I don't know. I wonder if they're Harris. That's a good question. The Harris Corporation, based right here in Rochester,
that is a good
New York.
question. How would you feel as an American that you made these weapons that are now being used to kill Americans?
Yeah, I think of in the past.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Military mistakes, large military errors that kind of turned the table on how the war was going at the time. And when I saw the fact that we made a horrendous mistake of pulling out the military before the civilians, the American civilians, and the people who helped the U.S. military, the Afghans, we left them behind. We pulled out our military. We leave $85 billion worth of equipment behind for the terrorists. And I think of the military errors in history that backfired. And the only thing that came to mind when I was reading this was the fact that Hitler made two giant mistakes for Germany in World War II. One, he
pissed off the Russians.
He pissed off the Russians.
Right. That was a bad decision.
And he lost.
Yeah.
And he lost big time because it was a miscalculation on his part. Right.
Yeah.
He got in over his head with the Russians, and he thought that Normandy was just a deception. He thought the U.S. were going to invade at a different part of that area.
Well, who the hell would go to Omaha Beach and try to invade somebody?
So right, exactly.
Right.
And
isn't it just nothing but a cliff?
He was thinking, okay, the weather's bad. The Americans aren't going to do it. Normandy isn't going to happen. I'm going to go to my mountaintop retreat, and I'm going to have a little vacation. And I don't want anyone to bother me or wake me. And when
Sounds like Joe Biden,
one of his German generals tried to get in touch with him and say, "Hey, listen, we got a situation.
We might have a problem here.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a problem." The right-hand people of Hitler at the time said, "We're not going to bother him with this or wake him up." Big mistake. Big mistake. That was the Russian mistake, was the beginning of the end. But thinking that Normandy was a deception was the nail in the coffin for Germany. At that time. And then I look at this completely different scenario, of course, completely different era and time, completely different weapons, completely different type of warfare. But yet here we are making huge mistakes like this that cannot be made. And I hope we don't look back in a year from now and think,
or
wow,
50 or 75
or 2. and think, man, that was a really bad mistake. That was the beginning of the end for America. I hope but we have leaders that are so overcome with themselves. They're so into the power thing. They're not even looking at military strategy.
Right.
And if this is their military strategy, we better load up because it's going to be a war on the street.
I'm sure the Taliban will abide by the Paris Treaty. And they'll stop with greenhouse gases.
yeah.
Emitting greenhouse gas. I'm sure the Taliban won't do anything, that'll hurt the planet.
Listen.
So don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
The Taliban are so concerned by your pronouns and your masks and your vaccination.
Yeah.
I had to tell you, we better pull our heads out of our asses quick. We better get someone in the White House that can actually portray strength. And I don't have the picture of it, but if you saw the press conference with Biden, the one where he said,
one where he fell asleep.
I'm supposed to be calling on Kelly O'Donnell, that one. He's later arguing with the reporter, and he's not even like making any sense. And he puts his head down on the microphone.
Yep. The president of the United States
is doing this. And all I could think of was like,
he's a beaten man.
Completely.
Yeah, he's beaten. And he knows he's beaten. He knows he's over his head.
And
they keep propping him up and sending him out there, and they keep telling him, they keep giving him the, prop him up, give him the big rah-rah speech. You got this, sir, no problem.
Yeah.
And then somebody asks a question he doesn't want to answer.
He goes, I'm not supposed to ask this question. And he turns and leaves. And he can barely get that out.
Yeah.
Kristen says, my husband fixes those radios at Harris. He served in Afghanistan several times.
Sick. He's got to be sick.
Thank you, Kristen. Please thank your husband for his service. I am so glad that he came back all in one piece, because had he been over there under the Biden administration, it might be different for your husband. He might be coming back in a box covered with an American flag and our president looking at his watch. That's where we are. Thank God your husband came back. I'm so glad that Kristen's husband fixes those radios at Harris. He's one of the good ones. You tell him that we said that on Kimberly's Revolution. Someone says, you got your vaccine yet?
I'm thinking I'm going to get it at some point.
Let me tell you a little story.
You're literally never getting it.
Let me tell you.
You're going to go down with the vaccine ship.
Let me tell you a story.
Okay, go ahead.
One of my good friends, and we always say here, we don't know anyone who got sick with COVID and died. We don't know. And I do know one person, two people that came down with COVID and died, fully vaccinated. And unfortunately, one of my very good friends now, it's not looking very good for him. So I got the phone call. I'm not going to mention any names. I got the phone call. This guy has been a good friend of mine, a good friend of my radio show. He was a big fan. He was a number one fan. Many, 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 many years. Good friend of mine. I've had him to my house for Thanksgiving and Easter. I was at his wedding. He's a very good friend of mine. Last Monday, wasn't feeling well. Had a little cold. Wasn't thinking. Fully vaccinated, by the way. Got his first shot in May and his second round in June.
So he's still within the 5-6 months too.
Fully vaccinated. And wasn't feeling well. So no big deal. He worked Monday. Tuesday, he went home early. By Tuesday night, his niece and nephew were a little concerned about him. And they came over Wednesday. He couldn't walk. He is now in the ICU. He has full-blown COVID. He's had two major, he's gone into cardiac arrest twice. They've had to bring him back twice. He's in a medically induced coma. They keep draining fluid off of him because basically he's just drowning in his own fluid. They can't keep him on dialysis because his blood pressure is just off the chart. So he's now been transferred to Strong, where they're hoping to do 24-hour dialysis. And they're also going to do a scan to see how much of his of his brain is even working at this point because he was his oxygen intake during the cardiac arrest was basically nil. And I'm just going to say right now, this is a man, and I am praying that he is going to make it. Fully vaccinated, not doing well. A neighbor of mine from several years ago, we aren't neighbors anymore because I moved out of the neighborhood, fully vaccinated, died earlier this year. Another one of my friends' fathers got the COVID vaccination, died a week later. The only people that I have known that have died or are close to death from COVID are those that are fully vaccinated. So ask me the question again if I'm going to get vaccinated.
So are you going to get vaccinated?
No, not unless I want to leave my child motherless and my husband wifeless and my mother daughterless. No, I am not going to get the vaccination because the only people that I know who become very sick and died are those who've had the vaccination. I'm just telling my story as people that I know personally, because we've said before, we don't know anyone close.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do. It's been a couple of months. The pandemic has been with us for a year and a half, and I know 3 people, and they've all been vaccinated.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just, Beth, I think you do know who it is. Beth says, I hope it's not who I think it is. You can just personally message me. But so this friend of mine, I have been in conversations with his sister, and we've had a huge prayer chain. I just hope he gets better.
All right. I'll add him to the list.
It doesn't look good at this point, but we're, fingers crossed that everything is going to work out. So Ida is a bitch.
Yes.
She's a demon spawn.
It's not as bad as what they said it was going to be. That's true with all hurricanes. But
the levee's held.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we can look at this like worst case scenario.
Oh yeah. The whole city flooded like it did with
Katrina.
Katrina, right?
Worst case scenario, Ida could have been much worse, but the levee's held.
Right.
New Orleans completely without power.
Like 1 million customers.
One of the strongest ever hurricanes to land in Louisiana. One of the strongest ever. 150 mile per hour winds. And all I can think of is poor Al Roker. I mean, honestly, he's so old. Can he just? Why are they making Al Roker go out and stand in the rain during a hurricane? Can we see that?
He's Brick from Anchorman.
Welcome back. We're now going to get an update right now on Hurricane Ida from
Brick.
Our friend.
Are you outside?
Al Roker. He's already in New Orleans, which is in the track of this storm. And Al, this looks like a monster storm that's coming. What can you tell us?
Oh, jeez.
All right, sorry. I guess we lost communications, Chuck. Right now,
this has to be a joke, right?
It's not landfall of this storm. Winds of 150 miles per hour.
It's not 150 miles an hour.
Forecast.
They were though when it full force yesterday. Yes.
Couple of hours, they will be at 155 miles per hour. Storm surges upwards of 15 to 16 feet. 20 inches of rain or more with this system. The eye wall, 15 miles wide with 150 mile per hour winds. It's basically a 15-mile wide F3 tornado. That's what's coming in to this area. And
does he have to stand where the opening of the fence is?
I know, right? So that's good. So that's good, Austin. So yeah, so
he's standing right in front of the opening of the fence. All he had to do was move 5. If he moved 5 feet up, he wouldn't be getting wet.
So, Hurricane Ida slammed into Louisiana on the same day as Katrina. How weird is that?
Yeah,
I mean,
that
is that weird?
It is weird.
In 2005, 16 years to the date. It was a category 4. It had 150 mile per hour sustained winds. We don't know what the economic impact is going to be, but Louisiana refineries make up 20% of the country's total refining capacity. And 60% of the gasoline for us here on the East Coast comes from Gulf Coast refineries that were shut down in advance of Hurricane Ida. So basically, that Ida striking in Louisiana is just about the worst place ever for a hurricane. But hurricanes like that part of the country. They like Mississippi. They like Louisiana. You know.
It's amazing there's only been one reported death, too.
One death. And you know why that guy died? A tree fell on his house.
Oh, well, there you go.
A tree fell on his house. So it's not from, flooding or whatever. It's from a guy was in his house and a tree fell on his house and he died. So it's just the beginning. It's certainly not the end of the Ida story. In the next couple of days, we'll probably find out exactly what the casualty rate is, what the monetary, loss is going to be. It's going to be substantial. I can just imagine. So, you have a threat to energy infrastructure. It's a logistical challenge for Louisiana hospitals, which, now they're all without power. And I'm sure they have generators, because the only people in New Orleans and the surrounding areas that have any power are those with generators. So, and then I want to show you a picture from California from yesterday as well. So we had the picture of Al Roker. That was on Sunday morning.
Mother Nature's pissed.
Mother Nature's pissed. We go out to California. Yeah, baby. There you go. That is California. That is the Chaparral fire.
Another dumpster fire.
Yeah, the Chaparral fire. So I'm just gonna.
Thank God we live in good old Rochester.
I'm just gonna lay it out for you. Rochester ain't so bad.
No, it's not.
Rochester looking pretty damn good. You know what? We can handle 10 inches of snow. I have no problem with that. Get out, shovel it, get on your way to work. No problem. You cannot deal with a hurricane, and you cannot deal with fires like that. I mean, I cannot imagine trying to just, what do you even pick when you have to, hurry up and evacuate?
Grab the dog, right?
You grab the dogs, you grab the cats. I don't know about these idiot people who leave their animals behind. Leave the children. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yes. So gas is going to go up. Yes, gas is going to go up.
Of course it is.
It's already been going up thanks to President Biden. Here we got, colossal mismanagement on the Biden administration with Afghanistan, and, not to mention the highest gas prices you've paid in 5 years.
Since the other commie, Bush.
Right, exactly. But I'm looking at the picture of the fire there in California, the Chaparral fire and the hurricane, and I'm like, Rochester's pretty nice. Pretty nice place to be.
I like it here.
Even with thunderstorms, you don't get like too crazy of lightning or thunder. We never hardly get tornadoes. Not tornadoes like I know tornadoes from Kansas City, Missouri.
No.
Those are like major tornadoes, not those kind of tornadoes. But,
just a wilder spout here or there.
Right. I want to show you something.
Uh-oh. Do I need permission for this?
I want you to do this.
Uh-oh. What am I going to do?
I want you to do the milk crate challenge.
There's no way in hell I can do that.
I want you.
Do you want me to die?
No, I just want you to fall on your ass so I can laugh.
Well, I could just fall on my ass here and you can laugh.
Well, that's true. That's true. The milk crate challenge is now banned from TikTok. Oh, the humanity. Banned from TikTok. No, I don't know who. Okay, first, just let me ask this question.
Who actually does it? Like a 7-year-old could make it?
Who is thinking up these stupid challenges? Who says to themselves,
that person.
I think I'm going to build a little mountain out of milk crates, and then let's see who can walk across them. Who thinks of this stuff? And it's going to end poorly. Now, because some people have basically busted open their heads, TikTok says we're no longer allowing the milk crate challenge because there are major injuries being caused because of it. So let's look at a couple of these stupid videos.
Oh, boy.
Because I think we all need a little laugh.
All right.
Right?
Anniversary party. Am I doing the milk crate challenge at the anniversary party?
Here we go. Here's this guy. This isn't going to end well. Oh, is that a guy? It is a guy, right?
You say so.
I don't know. I thought it was a woman.
Austin, is it a woman?
That's what I thought.
They didn't identify its pronouns, so I don't know. So
That looked like it hurt.
we've got another one. We got another one. This one looks worse.
Oh,
God.
was that the head?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Right? Isn't that what they all say? Who
Right.
thinks of this stuff to do? Honestly.
Idiots.
You're sitting around. It's a Tuesday. It's a Monday. Let's stack a couple of milk crates and find out what happens. Brilliant idea.
All right. We'll do the milk crate challenge and we'll do the Applebee's song, Dance Off.
Applebee's on a date night. Whatever it is.
We'll do both of those.
The
whipped
steak
cream.
and the Oreo shake. Yeah. I got that. So do we have Tom's take?
We do.
All right. Tom's take. What do you think? What do you got going on?
First
Gotta put your glasses on.
Yes. First of all, Swift Lot Service, my son-in-law Donovan's company.
That's right.
748-2026 on the website, the Kimberly's Revolution Facebook fan page. There's a video of a Kimberly's Revolution listener who hired him, and this person.
I do?
So, yes.
Nice.
So the video is fantastic.
I love that. I love
somebody posted a opinion letter to the Wall Street Journal about this now officially being the golden age of stupidity.
Well, we just watched stupidity, didn't
right.
we?
So
the milk crate challenge would be that
stupidity.
stupidity.
Most of it was Trump's an idiot, but they did go through a bunch of different scenarios with Biden and everything. It's always amazing. The quote was, "It's always amazing, no matter how used to it you are, it just becomes even insane."
Yeah.
So the stupidity is just off the charts.
Well, we just saw stupidity.
Right.
John Wilson says, "Why though the milk?" I don't know,
Why?
John.
Yeah.
Why?
No.
Why?
The iPhone 13.
iPhone
Oh my
13.
God. Have you heard the iPhone 13? Do you hear what it does? This is the first time.
I can't afford another iPhone.
This is the first time.
I can't afford
that
it.
I'm the guy that has the iPhone 6 when everybody else has the 11.
Right.
That's me.
Right.
I'm the guy that has the phone. I just got an iPhone 12 and it was like,
I don't even know what mine
groundbreaking.
is. I have no idea what it is.
do you know what the iPhone 13 will do? It will use satellites to make phone calls when you don't have cell service. So it doesn't matter where you are or if you got 4G, 5G, the concept is that it will call and send text messages no matter if you have cell service or not.
Really?
What is that going to cost?
I don't even know.
Right. And how much is the subscription going to cost?
I mean, listen, it's an arm and a leg just to use your iPhone when you're out of country.
Exactly.
What the hell is it going to cost if you're using a satellite? Jesus, the technology.
Okay.
It's crazy.
The best and worst paint colors to paint your bedroom.
Ooh, I like this. I
You
like this game.
Paint
Yeah.
your bedroom.
Okay. Best color.
35% of Americans are short on their sleep deprivation.
Okay.
You know what they consider that as being? Less than 7 hours of sleep a night.
Okay.
Now, some people just don't sleep 7 hours.
I don't sleep 7 hours.
You don't sleep 7 hours? Come on.
Look at the freaking bags under my eyes. What are you freaking
You
kidding
sleep
me?
at least 7 hours.
I do not.
No? All right. So the best paint colors to paint your bedroom. First of all, they say you shouldn't have a cluttered bedroom. You got to get rid of all the shit, Kimberlina.
Wow.
You can't have anything in there if you want to sleep good.
I've showed
Gotta
some
be
houses that are
clutter-free.
pretty scary.
Okay.
The bedrooms are pretty
And
scary.
obviously no bright colors, right? I mean, you're not painting your,
I showed a house this weekend to a client that I've been working with since January, and it had an orange bedroom.
Orange, right? There's a lot of sleep happening there.
Okay.
Are you sure it's not a OnlyFans bedroom?
And the thing I always tell my clients, paint is easy.
Right. Okay.
Paint is easy.
So colors for good sleep.
Okay.
Blue.
Yeah.
Blue's number one.
Okay.
Pastels. Anything pastels, soft and
I have light gray.
comfy. White. and green.
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 Joy said green.
And they
Joy,
say
you must be
and they
psychic.
say you should use
Or psycho.
They say you should use the flat paint in your bedroom rather than the eggshell or the
Eggshell.
satin because it won't reflect light. But the flat paint, you can't clean nothing.
Yeah.
So screw that.
Okay.
Okay, the worst colors.
Worst.
Purple.
My bedroom, when I moved into the house, everything in the
Purple.
master bedroom was purple.
Red.
It was varying shades of lavender. And I was like, the with the dinosaur, the purple dinosaur, what is his name? I don't even know.
Barney.
Barney threw up in here. I swear to God.
Purple, red, black. I mean, is anybody really painting their bedroom black?
Weirdos.
Unless you're an OnlyFans and it's a dungeon of some nature.
Serial killers.
And brown. Obvious colors there. Okay.
Who's painting their bedroom brown?
Should we rethink air conditioning?
No.
No. Okay.
End of story.
Well,
look at Austin. Austin's like, no.
This
Austin's
another
like, no.
another opinion article by Rebecca Lieber.
Okay. Lieber.
Obviously, she says we should plant more trees and add green space, get rid of the urban heat islands so that we don't need as much air conditioning.
Yeah. Why doesn't she give up her air conditioning?
She says that
Rebecca?
schools should be open air facilities, even in the winter. That fresh air should be able to flow through the schools.
Where does she live? Florida?
They said that they did this in Chicago one year, and kids wore jackets to school.
Insanity is rampant. Now, honestly, stupidity and insanity are rampant.
Of course.
Without a doubt.
Kimberlina, of course, we need to preserve the energy grid because of climate change.
Okay.
And we need to build cooling stations so that we don't go to our home to cool off.
Okay.
We go to cooling stations, facilities where we cool ourselves down before we go home.
I'm just going to say this.
This is stupid.
Rebecca Lieber can go fuck herself.
Oh, and,
all right. That's all I'm going to say.
And last is,
who's
of
with
course,
me on that? Who's with me? Raise your hand. I get it. Yeah.
And last, of course, air conditioning is racist. Because black and brown air conditioning is racist because black and brown residents in urban areas are shut out from air conditioning.
They can't go down to the Home Depot and buy one for $200?
Apparently not.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Bullshit. That's stupid.
We need to get rid of air conditioning because it's just bad for the environment.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Forget her.
Drinking ice water. The last thing on my addenda here. If you drink ice water, it used to be back in the old days, and now maybe John H. could add some flavor to this, but drinking ice water was supposed to be bad for you, that it was bad for your digestion.
They didn't brush your teeth back in the old days either. So, what does that tell you?
It creates mucus. It helps make you hungrier. These studies were done in 1978, 1983, that drinking ice water was bad for you. Well, now they say that drinking ice water
is good for you.
Actually good for you.
It gets your whole, thing going. Yeah, it gets your
so it's better
inside.
For hydration, which is why we drink water, that the water is actually colder water rather than drinking lukewarm tap. Does anybody drink lukewarm tap water?
My water has to be ice cold.
It has to be ice cold.
It has to be ice cold.
All right. So drinking ice water is actually good for you now.
Tom's take.
Right.
Tom's take. And black is not a good bedroom color. Right?
Oh, and
black is not a good bedroom color.
We need to start getting some t-shirts designed. I'm thinking the Kimberly's Revolution logo, and on the back just going with that logo, and on the back just going with "and now the news."
Okay.
Should we, can you think of anything?
Are we going to have the t-shirts done by the September 24th party to which every one of you is invited?
Yes, and you all have to buy an effing t-shirt.
Yeah. All right, so we have to have so we know this, that September 24th.
Mama needs a new pair of shoes.
Which is a Friday.
She's working for free, people.
Mark this on your calendars. That we're going to do a podcast on that Friday from 4 to 5. And then from 5 to 8, we're having a party here, 530 Titus Avenue.
We got a tent.
It's legit. We got a tent. So we're doing a cookout, and we're having, drinks.
There
and
might be a couple adult beverages as
we
well.
just want you to come by and say hello, so we can tell you we appreciate you listening.
And buy a damn t-shirt.
And buy a hopefully we'll have the t-shirts.
Hopefully we'll have them.
All right, that's Kimberly's Revolution for
Sure
a
is.
Monday here on the We the People Podcast Network. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget our sponsors. Of course, Fantuzzo's Acupuncture, Express Sealers, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and also Precision Lawn and Garden. We will be back here at the We the People Podcast Studios at 2 tomorrow. We hope you join us then. It's just Tom. It's Austin. It's me, Kimberly. Kimberly's Revolution. And as always,
you get who you get because we can't afford to pay for anybody else.
That's true.
God bless. Be kind to others.
Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.